hanging out, and we are back at Origins 2018. We are here with Michael Cope, and he is the owner of Gamelyn Games. And as you can see, we have a nice variety of games here. And I guess we're going to start off with the big one we have here at the front of the table.
Yes.
You want to lead off with that?
I would love to.
Oh, okay, let's go.
So Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea Pestilence is the second big expansion to our game Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, which is obviously a big box 4X game, area control,
big at the table
management.
too.
Oh yeah, and as you can see, we've really concentrated on a lot of aspects of the game, not just fantastic gameplay, but really appealing table presence, high level of miniature quality. So what you're seeing here is actually the floating continent that enables players to have in the game to be 7 players.
Wow.
So normally this would be on top of a huge board that we don't have here. But I wanted to at least be able to show you this. And then some of the cool new constructs like the ghost ship that we have up here with the big balloon on top. And
that looks incredible.
Yeah, so lots of cool new stuff. With Pestilence, you're getting the merfolk faction and the birdfolk faction.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually on Kickstarter right now. We got a smoking deal on it. If you missed like the first print run of the game when we had it on Kickstarter last year, we're offering that again with everything. So you can get in and you can get all the old like stretch goals and stuff. You won't miss out on anything.
Oh, that's great.
So that's for the second printing. So that's we're kind of just getting this back out here, and just we love the game so much, so we can't always having so many ideas of how we want to expand it, and so we're definitely going to continue to support the game and expand the game in the future as well.
Now, does adding in a 7-player, does that add a lot of time to the game? Does it seem like it's pretty much just a little bit?
Our 7-player games run about 4 to 4.5 hours.
Oh,
so
okay.
It depends if you're the kind of gamer that really wants to get into a meaty 4X game. Then this actually doesn't play all that long. That seems pretty approachable.
I was going to say, for a 4X game, that's a good time.
Yeah. If you're looking for like an hour game or something under an hour, well, that's our Tiny Epic series. And we've got a whole bunch of different entries in the Tiny Epic games. The ones that I've got up here, Tiny Epic Defenders and Tiny Epic Zombies, are 2 of our newest ones. Tiny Epic Defenders, actually, it was the second entry in the series, but we've done an update to the art. We've changed some things to improve it based on community feedback. So this is the re-release of Tiny Epic Defenders.
I was going to say, I think the box we have at home of Tiny Epic Defenders looks a little different than that one.
It does, yes. It looks like I was brand new at publishing, and now I've applied some of my experience. So that's actually going to be going out to backers next month in July, and then we'll go into retail. And Tiny Epic Zombies is slated for kind of a Halloween release, so backers can expect to see that in October. So,
and we will, once we get our Kickstarter in, we'll do a video for that one.
That'd be excellent. Thanks for backing the Kickstarter.
No problem. The item meeples that you introduced with Tiny Epic Adventures,
Tiny Epic Quest,
Tiny Epic Quest, are super cool. And the way you did the zombie ones, what you unlocked during the Kickstarter, the police car, the motorcycle, those things are awesome.
Yeah, they turned out really great.
Yeah. When I was watching some of the videos of that stuff, that looked really cool.
Well, one thing, this took many.
And the dog, I remember the dog in the Kickstarter as well.
Little dog.
Yes.
Yep, he's here. This is actually right on top. There's his card, and we've got his little meeple inside the bag. But one thing that took a lot of iterations actually with trying to get it just perfect, and we're not happy unless it's perfect.
Right.
Is getting these meeples to fit really comfortably in the different vehicles that you mentioned. And so I've got this example here, but he goes in real snug, and but you're not like peeling the paint or anything.
Right,
he just fits in there nice and perfect. Some of our samples it was too wide or too tight, and it surprisingly was very difficult to get it that way. And there's a little cutout that you see in the vehicle. That way, there's room for his weapons to be in front of him, and it doesn't impede.
You guys have thought of everything there.
So
yeah.
Again, it's we're dedicated to always putting out the best, highest quality product that we can. We never cut corners.
Right. Oh yeah, no. From what I can see about your games, definitely great games. I mean, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. When you talk about table presence, anybody who walks by that game in the show their eyes are just drawn to it. I mean, because even my wife, when we were walking by, she was just like, "What the heck is that?" And I was like, "Oh, that is a huge 4X game there."
It's actually really fun. We were just walking the street here in Ohio, carrying the box, and people like break their neck, like trying to like see it as you walk past them. It's kind of hilarious.
Now, what other Tiny Epic games do you guys have coming up next? What else can we expect?
Well, so I'm actually preparing an announcement close to Gen Con for our next Tiny Epic game that will likely be launching on Kickstarter in September. So it's coming up really quick. But we want to get zombies out. We want to get defenders out. We want to get all caught up. And then once we're all caught up and we got a clean slate, then we're going to be announcing our next one, which is going to blow people away. You thought this was a great evolution to the item meeple?
Yeah,
just wait and see.
When I saw the different vehicles on there, that when you guys added those, I was like, okay, that's really cool.
I'm telling you, Joe, you will not be able to guess what we're doing with the item meeple next. It is so outside the box.
Okay, all right, I will definitely be looking forward to. We're definitely going to have to get on this email list to maybe get ahead of the news there. But the video that you guys created for Tiny Epic Zombies as well, that was top notch. I mean, the way you had the motorcycle coming in, just slashing zombies everywhere and everything, you're just like, I can't wait to play this game because we're zombie fans. We love Walking Dead and everything like that. So when we saw this, we were like, oh, that's perfect. That's excellent. We're grabbing that one. That one looks incredible. We're huge zombie fans, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of an organic story with that one. The editor and designer of that video, his name is Garth Vickers. Garth Lee Vickers, lives in the UK. He like you talked about, the Tiny Epic Quest item meeples kind of getting impressed right off. That's how he was. When he first saw those, he was so inspired by them. And he does these kinds of videos for large companies, insurance companies, and different things. He'll put together professional commercials for them. But he saw the item meeples, and he was so inspired. So on his own time, he just put together this commercial for Tiny Epic Quest's item meeples, and then just sent it over to me, and was just like, hey, I just put this together. I'm not really expecting anything from you. I just wanted to show you that I'm a big fan, and that this has been eating up all the hours of my night. And I was so impressed with the quality of it, and we have it on our Facebook page, but I was just so impressed with it. And so I was like, you know what, I want this guy as part of the team.
Right.
And so we just hired him out.
That was a good choice. I will say that was a good choice.
And
good executive decision.
Thank you. Hey, I love talent, man. I love talented individuals, and he is undoubtedly one of the most talented video creators I've seen. So we're definitely using him again on our next Tiny Epic that I was alluding to. Mm-hmm. So you can expect more super sweet videos coming out.
Excellent. All right. I can't wait to see that one. All right. So one of the things that I always ask people that I'm interviewing for my shows, the name of our show is What I'm Playing Now. What have you been playing lately? What's hitting your table at home?
I live in a vacuum.
Okay.
I play Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea a lot, and I play a lot
so there
of
goes
Tiny
half your
Epic
day.
games.
There goes half the day.
Seriously. And I've been playing a lot of the newest Tiny Epic. Every time I sit down and I'm tempted, and now I own hundreds of board games, but I just don't play them. It's like, it was funny because I was reading something on Facebook about, like, there's two completely different sections in the hobby. There's people who play board games and people who just buy board games, and they don't actually play them. I'm like the latter, unfortunately, because when I sit down to play a game, I'm just like, oh, I could be further hashing out and dumping development hours into one of my games to make sure that I discover a typo, or if one of the rules are broken. It's like, so I feel like I'm torn. So truth be told, I've just been playing a bunch of my games.
Okay. That's a perfect answer. Now, so you actually do, like with Scott Holmes, he'll send you the game, and then you actually do a lot of play testing, and then do you work together as far as making design decisions then? Yeah,
Scott and I are very close.
Okay.
So he'll do, so Scott and I will work collectively conceptualizing the game, and then Scott goes into his deep, dark dungeon that he never leaves, and just hashes out the rule book, the main engine, the main mechanics, and then he'll send that back to me. I'll start playing it, developing it, mainly trimming, kind of cutting the fat. My motto when I got into board gaming, and it's always been the same, is more fun faster.
Right.
So I'll play it. I'll be like, I had a lot of fun on this. How can I just hone the game into concentrate more on what was the real fun part, and then the rest of like the exercise, or just kind of like tasks that you have to do. We try to trim some of that out, especially with these Tiny Epic games. We're trying to do so much in such a small space.
Yeah.
But Scott and I work very, very close, and so we're constantly back and forth, texting, phone calls. We talk several times a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're very close as a team.
Well, I will say the quality of games that you're putting out, it definitely shows that you are putting some time into those and, helping him out with everything. Because, like I said, we have several of the Tiny Epic games at home. Western's one of our favorite. we spend a lot of time with
I
that.
love Western.
Yes, yeah, we do too. We're big poker fans and everything, so that has that nice little mix in there and everything. We can't wait to get zombies. So yeah, I've played a majority of the Tiny Epic games, and I've liked them all.
That's great.
So,
Thanks
all
for
right,
that.
I think that's it. We're gonna let Michael get back to his booth at the show. We don't want to keep him for too long. So everybody, thanks for joining us here at Origins 2018. We will catch you later. Bye.